Exterior creekside. The leaves glitter in the sunlight. Maxwell Peterson sits alone by the creekside. You don't have to suffer alone, Max. A butterfly flies away. You haven't been returning my calls. Is everything all right? Max watches it float by. Max, your disease is becoming unpredictable. Exterior Iron City, rainy day. According to this week's lab work, your blood is now deteriorating at an exponential rate. Interior office. Frankly, I'm not sure how much time you have, Max. Max types out a document titled Last Will and Testament. For all I know, it could be weeks. Maybe less. Exterior, MaxTech Tower, day. So, Todd, why do you want to work for MaxTech? Interior, lobby. Maybe so I could learn something from you. However did the boy CEO rise through the ranks? How did you get so lucky? I'm sure you don't really see me as being very lucky, all things considered. Look, what I really want to know is why you want to work in my research laboratory. I know what it looks like to be sick. There are a lot of people suffering in this city, Mr. Peterson, not just you. It's like they've lost control over their own bodies. But if your labs can change that for someone, give them control over their life again, that would mean everything. It really would. Todd, I want you to meet Dr. Martin. He's my lead researcher, and you'll be reporting to him. Thank you for giving me a chance, Mr. Peterson. I know I don't have many prerequisites for this kind of position. No, Todd, it's you who's given me a chance. I haven't had much hope for a cure, but with you here, that might be starting to change. I'll see you on Monday, Todd. See you then, Mr. Peterson. Todd shakes his hand and walks off. Max then makes a call on his cell phone. Officer Smith, I was wondering if you still had the contact info for an old informant of yours who helped me on a previous case. Who did you have in mind? TV broadcast.
Experts are wondering whether our local vigilante, the Night Terror, has done this city any good yet. He's been patrolling the Iron City for several years now, and crime hasn't improved one bit.
Interior meeting room.
It's been a long time, Max.
I was afraid to bother you.
Afraid of what?
The room turns red, and the giant head of the Night Terror fills the room.
Afraid I know your darkest, deepest secrets?
Firelight illuminates Max. I'm not hiding anything anymore. Max snaps out of it. The waveform on the display flutters.
I don't get it. What's your angle?
I just want to be a part of your operation. I want to invest in you.
What's in it for you?
I don't do the right thing very often, but you're out there on the streets making this city better. For my own conscience, I want to be on your side. What do you say? Exterior, McMahon Estate.
I need to make sure you're clean first. Then I can say.
Interior, Manor. How'd you get in? The guards would have stopped you.
You want to get some better guards, then?
What do you want?
I previously investigated your father for shipping drugs. I thought he might have been working with Maxwell Peterson at the time, but I never had any proof. I was hoping you could help me fill in the gaps.
Well, isn't that a lot to take in? My father's shipping drugs. First I'm hearing about it. And why would he go into business with Max?
Max had his own industrial resources via MaxTech. Storage warehouses, distribution centers, it's all there. I could just never pin it on him.
Oh, so you were hoping for a confession. Poor baby, I don't know anything about Maxwell Peterson. Why do you care?
He wants to work with me. I want to make sure he's clean.
Is he holding up all right?
He's pretty sick.
Well, tell him he doesn't have to go through it alone then, okay? Exterior, McMahon Estate.
Without a confession, Max's trail was running cold. Just maybe there was never any dirt to dig up in the first place.
Interior bathroom. Maxwell Peterson wanders in, looking at his reflection worriedly. Medical Tech CEO Maxwell Peterson hasn't been seen in public much since his mysterious diagnosis 2 years ago. Symptoms of Peterson's disease are still being investigated. No one's sure how long he has. Then, Max steps into the shower stall. With a mechanical whir, the floor sinks down below him, revealing a concealed vertical shaft, taking him underground. Interior, Night Cave. Max walks into the Night Cave, a shed converted into the Night Terror's base of operations.
Hope it's not too scrappy for your tastes.
I'll get you a setup at the tower soon, but never mind that. Thank you for accepting my partnership.
Don't get too chummy. I still have my eye on you, Max. But without you, I might not be able to keep being the Night Terror.
Why is that?
Crime fighting has its costs.
Max then looks out a window. The Terrormobile has a pretty nasty dent in it, and the windshield's cracked. It'll take some fixing up, but you can let me worry about fixing things up from now on, all right?
Thank you, Max. Have I ever told you why I do this?
You don't have to tell me why. You want to do good. That's good enough for me.
No. If we're going to be partners, then I want you to know.
On the other side of the room, we see several photos tacked to a board. One shows a cop car in an alleyway.
Before I ever was the Night Terror, I was trying to do good the right way, the legit way. I was a cop.
What happened? The next photo shows a cop lying on the pavement.
I went into the force with my best friend. One day we responded to a scene. A thug was shooting at cops. I made it out. He didn't.
The next photo shows a silhouette of a thug firing a gun.
I wish I knew the name of the thug that killed him. God help him if I ever find out. No amount of revenge would ever be enough.
The night terror hangs his head as Max listens.
I gave up my badge after that. I tried to walk away. I was a coward in grief. I wanted to make a difference, but didn't have the guts.
Well, you're making a difference now.
I hope so, but to me, it hardly changes anything. I can't rewrite the past.
But you can rewrite your future. That's not a luxury I have anymore.
Do you know that for sure?
I have weeks left, if that.
I'm sorry.
Let's do some good then, for the both of us. Exterior, suburbs, night. The driveway in front of a house opens up, the road lifting to reveal a dark tunnel. Lights suddenly flash, and with the rev of an engine, the Terramobile speeds out of the tunnel and onto the street. Interior, night cave. Max presses a key on the keyboard and starts a video call with Dr. Martin. You said you had news for me, and I hope it's good news. Has your team made any progress on curing my condition? Well, thanks for Todd. We have some theories. I don't pay you for theories. I pay you for results. He slams his fist on the desk. Dr. Martin flinches. I'm sorry. I lost my temper. I understand, Max. Look, we're going to get you well, okay? Don't lose faith. I'll come by the lab tomorrow, then. I want to see Todd's progress in person. Exterior Max Tech Tower. Mr. Thomas, have you been finding your work fulfilling? Interior laboratory. Dr. Trenton and I have been discussing diverting more of our research into gene editing. Max goes over and picks up a small container. Experimenting with CRISPR-Cas9 proteins, I see. Max hands the container to Todd. It's funny, the power you have with just a couple of proteins to completely rewire someone's DNA. Just make sure it doesn't accidentally end up in your pocket when you clock out for the day. Max suddenly grunts and grips his gut. Mr. Peterson, are you okay?
I better lie down for a bit.
You should get some rest, sir. Max walks out. Todd inspects the CRISPR container again before pocketing it. Then, a nearby valve bursts, spraying mist into the room. Todd turns towards it, suddenly concerned. Exterior, city day. A car swerves away from the tower. Did you get the equipment? Interior car. Yes, I'll be home soon, and then we can change both of our lives forever. Todd holds the CRISPR container and puts it back in his pocket. Exterior, city. The Terramobile speeds down the street.
Looks like one of your labs triggered the silent alarm.
Interior, Terramobile.
Some of your equipment's been stolen. I'm heading over now.
Every Max Tech product has RFID tracking. I'll pull up the product tracker on the maps. A map appears on the console, a blip just ahead. Exterior, city. The Terramobile catches up to Todd's car.
I've got the thief in my sights, Max.
Interior, car. Todd looks down. His hands have grown black hair. I think something got on me back at the lab. I'm changing again. You have to fight it. Just get home, and we can use Max Tech's equipment to stop your transformations for good. Black fur spreads up his neck. I think it's too late. I'm losing control. Exterior, city. Todd's car suddenly dips into an alleyway. The Terramobile spins around to pursue it. Sitting in the front of Todd's car is the Raven, a giant bird-like monster. Interior, Terramobile.
What is that thing?
Whatever it is, it's got Max Tech property. Exterior, city. Todd's car turns and speeds out of the alleyway, flying past the Terramobile. Interior, car. The Raven grunts as it spins the wheel. Exterior, city. The Terramobile reorients itself and speeds back down the street.
I'm having trouble keeping a visual on the car.
Interior, Terramobile. The blip on the map is disappearing.
And the map's glitching. The RFID chip must be out of range.
That's okay. Your baby still has a couple new tricks in her. Exterior, city. A small drone ejects itself from the hood of the car and flies over the city.
Tracker drones?
Manufactured by Max Tech, just for you. POV, the Night Terror's helmet. Still watching the road, a new screen pops up in the Night Terror's visor, showing the drone's POV camera. It scans the city below it for thermal signatures.
What are they doing?
Heat scanning. If we can identify the thermal signature of that monster, we can track it from anywhere in the city. Interior, Terramobile.
That's a breach of privacy, Max. That's too far, even for you.
This thief stole from me. I want my technology back. Exterior, city. The drones circle the city to no avail. You seeing anything?
There's too much noise. Too many different heat sources to actually differentiate anything.
Interior, Terramobile.
Max, I think you lost it. Some drones, huh? Should have just let me handle it myself.
Just come back to base. We'll figure something out. Interior, news station.
If only it were simple as Bigfoot. Locals are reporting sightings of a giant bird monster that has been connected to a series of pharmaceutical thefts from around the city for several weeks. What is this creature, and where will it strike next?
Interior, night cave. Maxwell Peterson sits at the desk, displays in front of him showing him live feeds from around the city. He finds CCTV footage of Todd's car driving away. There you are. Now let's see if we can find a match on your plate. He highlights its plate number and scans for matches. Todd's face appears on screen. Todd, is that you? What on earth is wrong with you? Suddenly, his phone rings. Max, do you have time for a progress update on our research? How soon can you talk? Exterior, park ruins. We see Max sitting at a table by the ruins of an old mine shaft. He's not looking good. Dr. Martin hurries over to him, sitting down across the table. Are you sure we should be out here, sir? It must have been quite a trek, not to mention all this pollen and bacteria out here. Can't be good for you. It's all right, Doc. I've got a rescue chopper on standby if it comes to it. But I think I can handle myself. How's your research coming along? I've been studying this raven creature, going over all available footage. I'm positive this creature is undergoing a rapid genetic mutation every time it transforms, but it's controlled, not random. The same transformation each time. You're saying Todd's body can edit its own genes? On its own? Max, if we can capture the raven, and I need all of it to properly study, then you could achieve a breakthrough the scientific community has only dreamed of. If you can replicate in a lab what Todd is doing naturally, you could target corrupted DNA and completely remove it. We could get you cured, Max. Yes, but the current technology might be too unstable. Can you guarantee that I won't become something else? That I won't transform like Todd? There's always risks, Max, but I could synthesize something quickly. Even if it just stabilizes your condition as is, it would give me time. Give the both of us time to continue to develop a real cure. A real cure. That's just a pipe dream. One I've long lost. To be frank, Marty, this all feels like a long shot. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm 85. As far as I know, I might not even last the night. I really just wanted to be outside again and feel the sunshine on my damn skin one last time. Max, I can't give up on you, even if you have. Give me the creature, if not for you, then for the benefit of the city. This city? This city's abandoned itself, Marty. Look around you. This center of industry has been reclaimed by nearly a century under Mother Nature's tenure. She always bats last. No one cries for its loss, and the ruins don't care because they are long dead. Nothing lasts forever, but something new can take its place. When I'm gone, and I'll be gone soon, you'll run the company, and you can do with it as you wish. You'll do better than I could ever imagine. Dr. Martin, I don't have much hope that finding the Raven will be able to save me. Just promise you won't beat yourself up no matter the outcome. No, you promise me, Max. Promise me that now that there's hope for a cure, you'll stop living like a dead man. You've been trying so hard to make things right before the end, but the end isn't here yet, Max. You're still alive. I believe it. If we can just study the Raven, you'll have time again. I want to believe that, Marty. I've made peace with things, but I didn't want to. Do you really think I have another chance? I do, but Max, it all comes down to the Raven. Then we have to catch it, no matter what. And there may be only one person that can. A Max Tech helicopter flies away from the park. Interior, bathroom day. The night terror finds the mirror and takes off his helmet. His face is disfigured, burn marks covering it.
Every day is a reminder of what that killer took from me.
Photos from the crime scene haunt his memory.
My face, my voice, my friend.
We see a photo of a barrel of explosives.
It's because of them that I feel alone, that I'm different, that I'm hurt.
He finally puts his helmet back on, covering his disfigurement. He steps into the shower stall. With a mechanical whir, the floor sinks down below him, revealing a concealed vertical shaft taking him underground. Interior, night cave. The night terror steps into the room. He walks towards the desk. We see the live feed of the Raven leaving Max Tech Tower. He notices Todd's face on screen.
That face. I know that face.
A photo on the other side of the room shows the silhouetted gunman, the cop killer. In a flash, the photo becomes colorized and brightened, showing Todd's face.
It was him.
The night terror straps his belt back on. Maxwell Peterson walks in. There you are. I need your help.
There's no time. I need to find the Raven.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. We got some information on who and what the Raven is.
I know. Look, this isn't about bringing in a thief, Max. I don't care about your bottom line, okay? The Raven's a killer, and I'm gonna make him pay.
Make him pay? The Raven might be the key to curing my condition. Please, I need you to bring it back to me so that my team can study it.
Study it? That monster? You don't know what you're dealing with.
I don't get the luxury of choosing ideal specimens, but I need its blood. I'm dying.
I don't care.
You don't care?
The Raven took everything from me. I'm going to find it and end things once and for all. And if that bothers you, You can stop me yourself.
Exterior, city. The Terramobile speeds down a street. Interior, Terramobile.
This just in. My sources are telling me that the Raven's been spotted at the Jefferson Bridge.
Exterior, city, day. The Terramobile launches its drones out. POV, the Night Terror's helmet. The drone's POV camera appears. It scans the city below it for thermal signatures and finds some irregularities on the bridge up ahead. Do you see the Raven yet?
Get out of my ear, Max.
You still work for me, remember? If you don't bring me that monster, I'm pulling your funding. Exterior, bridge. The Terramobile speeds towards the city bridge.
I don't care. I'm bringing that monster down, no matter what.
The Raven sits on top of the bridge's supports, looking out over the city. Cars driving by underneath. The Raven spots the Night Terror heading for it. The Raven leaps from its platform, crashing into and accidentally tearing a support cable as it lands on the road below. The bridge shakes. Cars begin to notice this and drive hurriedly off the bridge. The Night Terror continues to pursue the Raven as it leaps from cable to cable, some more of them accidentally tearing apart against its strength. The bridge rocks again. Interior, night cave. We see a live feed of the bridge. The bridge! You have to help save the bridge! Then he faints, his head hitting his desk. Interior, Terramobile. The Night Terror stops for a second.
Max, what happened?
Exterior, bridge. The Raven strikes into the cable. The bridge wobbles again, cars crashing into each other. The Terramobile fires its winch, trying to replace one of the broken cables, but the Night Terror's cable snaps under the pressure. Interior, Terramobile.
Max, I need you right now.
Interior, night cave. Max lays down on the floor, a phone in his hand. Catherine McMahon is his phone screen, but it's interrupted by a call. Max, don't you worry. You're going to be taken well care of, I promise. The ambulance is coming. Don't tell me that. I don't have much time left, do I? You've been a dear friend, Dr. Martin. You just have to hold on. With the Raven's blood sample, things could change. The Raven. Doctor, the bridge. Marty, you have to help the Night Terror. Do you understand? What do you mean? The bridge. The Raven is on the bridge. You have to. Max faints. From his perspective, a great light obscures the scene around him. Then they're screaming. Flames blind him, and through the smoke he sees shadows, the Night Terror and the Raven, both as dark wraiths. Max's face is brightened by the firelight. He's terrified. Exterior, bridge. The bridge shakes again. Interior, Terramobile. The Night Terror taps a button on his console.
Max, are you there? I need some support.
Dr. Martin's face appears on the screen. It's Dr. Martin. I'm here.
Is Max okay?
Max is going to be fine, but what do you need? What's happening on the bridge?
Tell the police to block off all entrances to the Jefferson Bridge. I'm on the northeast side of the bridge, so at the very least, make sure no one gets on it from the west entrance.
I'll make a call. Do you have the Raven?
He's close.
Exterior, Jefferson Bridge. Another cable is snapped. The bridge cracks down the middle, and the cars start to slide inward towards the hole. All right, I've got Officer Smith on the line. Interior, Terramobile. I've got my boys shutting down the west side entrance ramp. Looks like the bridge is having some trouble.
You think?
Exterior, bridge. The Terramobile shoots out its grapple towards several nearby cars and helps drag them back towards the end of the bridge. What's your status? Max needs that blood sample. Interior, Terramobile.
I'm in a bit of a situation right now. The Raven has to wait.
But Max can't wait. Exterior, bridge. The bridge rocks, and the crack widens, the bridge dropping even further. The Terramobile revs, pulling all of the cars behind it back towards safety. It eventually makes it to the end of the bridge, but the grappling cord holding one of the cars snaps, and it slides back onto the bridge, heading towards the river. The Terramobile releases the other cars and fires its winch, hooks connecting both sides of the bridge and the central support. With a rev, it slowly pulls the bridge together before the car can slide off. The bridge level again, it drives away. The Raven roars from above. Interior, Terramobile.
Come down, you coward!
Exterior, bridge. The Raven clings to the bridge. The Terramobile charges up, and it shoots out a plasma beam. It hits the Raven, knocking him down from his perch. He lands on the ground, momentarily defeated, but he runs off, the Terramobile chasing him off the bridge. Exterior, warehouse. The Terramobile pulls up in front of a warehouse. Come in. Do you have the Raven yet? Interior, Terramobile.
I'm about to. How do you want him cooked?
Interior, warehouse. The Raven rushes inside, then the sound of footsteps. The Raven turns towards them. The Night Terror is standing across the room.
You've run away for long enough.
The Raven doesn't reply, nervous. The Night Terror walks slowly towards him.
You monster. Maybe you thought you got away with it, but you can't run from me.
The Raven runs at him and throws a punch, but the Night Terror stops his arm and manages to knee him in the stomach, knocking him down. The Raven scrambles to get up, but the Night Terror steps on his chest, keeping him down.
I know what you did.
The Raven quickly kicks him in the groin, knocking him back, and quickly gets up and follows it up with a series of punches to the chest. The Night Terror swings his own punch, but he misses. The Raven steps out of the way and sticks his leg out for the Night Terror to trip on. He trips and falls onto his back. The Raven repeatedly kicks him.
Nothing you two will ever change the fact that you're a cop killer.
The Raven speaks, Todd's voice coming out. The Night Terror painfully twitches on the ground. That was a long time ago. That's not who I am anymore. I'm not a thug anymore.
I literally almost caught you stealing property from Max Tech yesterday.
Okay, but I'm not shooting at cops anymore.
Whatever. You still need to pay for everything you've done to me.
I've changed. Look at me. I'm not the same person, if I even am still a person. Don't you get it? Don't you understand what it's like to feel like there's no one else like you? No one as different as you, or as hurt as you?
I'll see you in hell.
The Night Terror gets up and punches the Raven relentlessly, punch after punch sent into its gray beak. Blood squirts out from its face. Please, don't hurt me anymore. I'll serve time. I'll confess in front of a judge. Just let me put the past behind me and make things right. But no more of this, please. The Night Terror picks up the Raven by its collar.
I finally had the Raven in my hands. This monster that had caused me so much grief.
The Raven blinks. Don't forget Max. You can't let him die. He slowly puts the Raven down.
I could end things now, but lives were at stake. If I could save someone, maybe that's more important.
Interior News Studio.
The Raven has finally been apprehended by the authorities in collaboration with our local vigilante, the Night Terror. The police are allowing Max Tech's laboratories to study the Raven as well. Maybe it'll be the key to some kind of medical breakthrough.
Interior Hospital Day. The Night Terror visits Maxwell in his room. Max wakes up.
How have you felt, Max?
Whatever Dr. Martin came up with, it's helped. He doubts they're close to a permanent cure, but I'm hopeful.
I'm glad you're feeling better.